So guys, 5 years as a Raid Shadow Legends content creator, and I am at a very interesting crossroads. Welcome to the video. This is kind of a bonus unedited video where I just chat with you guys for a little bit. Hey, do me a solid. If you have the 10 minutes or however long this video is, please try to watch till the end because there's a lot of context that might not be apparent during the quick 20-second intro here. But I did record a guide for Xena Warrior Princess that I'll be releasing later on this evening. You've been forewarned here. I do sing kind of apropos of nothing in the beginning of it, so you might want to fast forward around 30 seconds in that video if you want to watch it. Also, I actually really love the video, Xena aside, all the drama around her. Really love the video because I'm showcasing like my favorite arena team in the game. All that being said, you guys have been so divided, so polarized about Xena Warrior Princess, and trust me, this is not a 10-minute video about Xena Warrior Princess here, but this is what kind of stemmed the conversation, right? I'm getting comments like, Ash, you know Ash is going to spend the money and do a guide on her tomorrow. And then I get comments like these too, right? I want to see that guide. I hate the value of the past, but the nostalgia is what pushes me towards wanting to see her in action. First of all, the nostalgia is what Plarium is trying to get you to buy her with, but more on that in a moment. I'm a Xena Warrior Princess. I'm getting her on Monday, and I'm collecting her on Tuesday to get the Clan vs. Clan points. She'll be a birthday present to myself. I was hoping you can make a guide on her. And then John Cook, kind of the same deal. He got her. He's not doing any damage. He wants to see a guide on her. So I get a lot of you guys, what I'm trying to say is I get a lot of you guys asking for a guide too. So I don't know, is it my job to do a guide, and if you don't care about it, you don't want it, you can not watch, or should I not do it? Because this is the first time, and this is what I kind of want to get to here. By the way, we talk a little bit about like these I don't know, these tactics, I guess, that Plarium uses. We talked a little bit about them in the 3 golden rules of Raid Shadow Legends that I released yesterday. And then we talked a lot about marketing, tactics and stuff that you guys should be aware of. It's a pretty basic video, but predatory marketing exposed. One of those predatory marketing techniques, though, in a lot of companies obviously use this, not specific to Plarium at all, but is to use that nostalgia to get you to spend on things, right? But 2 thoughts here, right? And then I want to bring it all home and talk about myself and you guys towards the end of the video. But first, I saw this post today on Reddit. It says, Raid is no longer a gamble. This is by Lucas Mail. Sorry. Raid is no longer a gamble, but an NFT. Thanks, Xena. Okay. Complaining about Xena. Mainly, it's 2 things. It's the price point is high, very high, right? 40 or 60 US dollars is awful for one champion. There's no other way to say that. It's ridiculous. Maybe $5. Maybe $10 because it's Raid and we know that they're going to gouge us no matter what. Maybe that is okay, is acceptable, maybe just given the standards in the gaming space. But $40 or $60, it's really unprecedented. It's really unprecedented. Why? Well, first of all, I think his big gripe is make her in the shard pool permanently, right? So I'm sure anybody who paid for her, having her in the shard pool, are not going to be happy about that. But I'm sure the vast majority of you guys, which are 80% of you guys on my last community tab poll, or 15,000 of you guys voted, say you're not going to get her. 20% of you guys, which is a few thousand of you, are going to get her. I'm curious how you feel about that, right? If you have any 1 ounce of dignity, Plarium, please keep Xena in the shard pool permanently. Now, I don't want to spoil the guide that's going late tonight, but she's good. I think she's good, but she's not great. She's not great. I don't think she does enough damage to be great. But she's a cool champion, but she's not a must-have, right? There's not going to be any content, let me put it this way. There's not going to be any content in the game that you're going to be unable to compete or clear or whatever because you don't have Xena Warrior freaking Princess on your account, okay? That being said, though, he does compare it to an NFT. I would argue that NFTs are much more valuable than Xena Warrior Princess. So I'm not with you on the, it's worse than a gamble, and it's far worse than an NFT. NFTs you can resell. I don't think you can resell, at least not according to terms of service, a Xena Warrior Princess. So it's just money that you're burning. You're throwing it down the drain. But here's the thing about Xena. She really constitutes a new, you could say a new low, or you could say a new era. Either way you put it, it's not going to be a good one from Plarium. And this is the first time that they've ever, to my knowledge, to my recollection, I've been covering this game for 5 years on the YouTube channel here. This is the first time that Plarium has ever sold us a champion, and that's really it. Now, you could argue that there's a way to get her vis-a-vis these 10x events. I think there's 3 of them or whatever. So I guess technically there's a way to get her, but we all know that 10x is, well, we know that 10x is 10x. It's not a good chance, right? Even if you're near Mercy, you're still odds are you're not going to pull her, right? That all being said, it's the first time they just straight up said, hey, here's the price tag, here's the champion. If you want her, pay for her. Otherwise, you're never going to get her again after this event, right? At least with Ninja and stuff like that, at least, yeah, sure, we can never get him again. And I'm sure anybody who started playing with him the last 2 years may be a little bitter about that they have no chance of getting Ninja. But there's no content that you can't clear because of Ninja, A. Of course, you can say the same thing about Xena. But Ninja was free. He wasn't $40. He wasn't $60. He wasn't anything. He was free at the very least, right? And it got me thinking, man, this is a new one, because even Saoirse the Shard on the pass or whatever, on the Plarium pass, she's like the most pay to win because you need Plarium points, which you get from spending money. But, you know, hypothetically, there's still a point where everybody's going to get hurt just from the Plarium plays that we get for free in the daily logins or whatever. It might take 5 years, but there is a route to get her. This is the first time they've just been like straight up, no, pay us and that's it. Pay us for these pixels now that you don't own, because we own your accounts. It's in terms of service. Plarium owns your account. You don't own that account. Anyway, it got me thinking, man, why doesn't Plarium add more skins? Now, listen, the biggest games in all of mobile gaming and all of gaming, generally, Fortnite, PUBG Mobile, just gaming, they make all their money off of skins, you know? The vast majority, 90% plus. Now, listen, they have massive player bases, so it's easy for them to generate a large income even with a $5 to $10, per year spend per player, right? So I'm not saying that would, it be a direct correlation to how Plarium could get more money. But I'm saying that skins in cosmetics, right? I feel like they could get a lot of money and no one would really complain. I mean, it's the internet, people are going to complain about everything, right? But I feel like they could get a lot more money if they just cashed in a little bit more on skins and aesthetics, right? Listen, whales love to spend. Whales are going to spend on anything. And whales will spend on exclusive stuff. So if they're going to do an exclusive thing in this game, why not make it cosmetic? Why not inject more of that and then give us, give everybody access to these, or make maybe more reasonably priced? Why couldn't it been the free track gets Xena? Or it's a stretch goal. It takes you a long time to get Xena. But then you get this absolutely crazy Uber, whatever the heck, skin or something, Avatar or whatever. People, the big spenders will still spend on that. Obviously, they're not going to make as much money. I'm not crazy. But just in general, the monetization of this game, I wonder why they don't do that. You guys have any ideas? So here's the deal. Where does it come down to me? Why am I at a crossroads? Why? Well, I'm going to do the Xena guide. I don't know. I'm sure some people will be pissed that I'm doing it. I noticed that most creators did Xena guides. A couple didn't do Xena guides. I think we all take us content creators, we all take our weird kind of haphazard convoluted stands here and there, myself included. Like, I will never buy Prism shards, I'll never open Primal shards until there's a 2x event. But, these are arbitrary at the very least. Do they really move the needle? I'm skeptical personally. Maybe you guys disagree, but I wanted to ask you guys, how would you, listen, you're all going to have different opinions. So it's going to be, I'm being a little bit of an asshole here because I'm not going to be able to follow all your advice, but I just wanted to talk to you guys. I want to see what the majority of you guys thought in terms of what content would you like to see? Because ultimately, man, this is not my full-time job, and I just kind of want to make content that the majority of my audience wants to see. So I'm at this weird crossroads because it seems like you guys tell me you want more free-to-play content, but then when I do free-to-play content, it's been a while to be fair, but when I did it, no one really liked it that much. So it's one of those weird things is, I would be totally down to never spend again on this game. I really would, Initially, I was going to make that video. I was going to say, guys, I'm done spending. But then I thought to myself, well, but what if they want to see stuff that requires spending in this game, as sick as that is to say that sentence, right? What if they want to see that? You know? What about the guy who gave himself the birthday present? What about those viewers, you know? Should I make content for both parties? And then I thought about this too. I thought about, okay, well, what could I bring to a free-to-play series? Whether it's my main account or a brand new account or my old mini account, what could I bring to that hasn't been done? You know, Madcapper, J Gigs, they have these amazing free-to-play, free-to-succeed series that I really love that content. But I feel like they do it better than, frankly, I could do it, you know? So I want some ideas from you guys. What would you like to see me do? I have one idea to kind of sell you guys, elevator pitch right now. My thumbnail artist, Henrique, is a free-to-play player, but he's like end-game free-to-play. He's been playing since the beginning of the game, right? We've done a couple of videos on him. We call him the free-to-play god, whatever. I thought about maybe using him as like my free-to-play coach, so to speak, right? Because when I did my free-to-play series, I did kind of champion guides and stuff like that, but I didn't do a more like, here's how to beat every Doom Tower boss free-to-play. I didn't do that. And that, to me, seems a little bit more compelling content. But then again, maybe it will take forever. Maybe I collab with him and I do that kind of stuff. What would you guys like to see? I want to make whatever you guys want to happen here. But I'm at this bizarre spot where I'm just like, okay, even talking about Xena seems to trigger people, but yet, you know, it's not just those 3 comments. Dozens and dozens and dozens of you wanted guides. I'm at a lost spot right now in Raid Shadow Legends. I think the future, I'm a sucker with a capital S, man. But I still am excited for whatever the hell the biggest update in the history of the game is in Q1, so coming in the next few months to the game. And I'm excited. I'm ready for it. You know, I'm working on the account. I'm grinding. I made a whole video talking about this. So I'm oddly still enjoying the game, even though it feels like more and more of you guys in the comments every day are like, Ash, I don't play anymore, but I watch you every day, buddy. And like, although I love that, I also hate that because like, oh man, am I playing the right game over here? But nonetheless, I enjoy it. Guys, I would love to hear from you guys. Either way, you've been warned about my singing and my Xena guide. I gave you my final opinions if you want to skip that video, if it's going to trigger you. I gave you my final opinions on her. Good, not great. Awesome, but not a game changer. Guys, that's all I have to say. Just wanted to put this video out there, share my thoughts, and hear what you guys have to say about it. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.